Welcome to the Design and Technology Lab's Guide to Setting Up Your File for Laser Cutting. Before booking a laser cutting appointment at the Design and Technology Lab, please fully consult this guide and ensure that all file requirements are met. This guide has been streamlined as a universal handbook for most vector and raster softwares, including Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, Rhinoceros, AutoCAD, SketchUp, CorelDRAW, Inkscape, and more. There are three major types of laser operation available to you. Laser cutting, also known as vector cutting, which slices material along vector lines. Laser etching, also known as vector engraving, which etches or engraves material along vector lines. And laser rastering, also known as raster engraving, which etches images onto material according to pixel information from raster-based bitmaps. In this setup guide, we will cover line weights, color, and other file requirements for each type of laser operation. The Design and Technology Lab operates laser cutting on contained and open bed laser cutters, which accommodate up to 66 by 98 inches in material sheet size. In your preferred vector or raster-based software, ensure that the color mode is set to RGB and not CMYK. Set up your file or artboard to reflect the dimensions of your selected material sheet, not the dimensions of the laser cutter's workspace. For laser cutting and vector engraving, use a vector-based software such as Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW to create your line work. Set the stroke or line weight to hairline or to 0.01 points or millimeters, depending on the software of your choice. For laser cutting, set the stroke or line color to pure red. To do so, input either the RGB decimal value or the hex triplet for pure red as shown here. For vector engraving, set the stroke or line color to pure blue. As shown previously, adjust the RGB decimal value or the hex triplet to pure blue accordingly. Ensure that any text engravings are converted to outlines. For raster engraving silhouettes or solid shapes, set the fill or hatch color to pure black. Again, you can do so by changing the RGB decimal value or the hex triplet to pure black as shown here. For image rastering, have your image readily converted into a grayscale bitmap. Make sure you save your image with the file format .bmp. As a general guideline, make sure all lines are vectorized or converted to curves. Turn off all live paint or clipping mask functions. Nest any repetitive cutting components to conserve material, allowing at least 2 millimeters between each shape. Using this example as a reference, make sure your components are set at least 1 centimeter away from all edges of the artboard or drawing space. Don't leave any unnecessary large gaps between your components, and ultimately optimize any available space on your artboard. As a benchmark, component widths should be no less than the thickness of the material. Any smaller can cause material warping, extensive burning, and undesirable results. When your file is complete and meets all the required guidelines, save it according to the Design and Technology Lab's naming convention for orderly processing. Thanks for completing the Design and Technology Lab's Guide to Setting Up Your File for Laser Cutting. Once all file requirements are met, you are ready to laser cut.